Hi, my name is Noah. I am the owner and head trainer at Berwyn Buddies in College Park, Maryland. You can find us on Instagram at Berwyn Buddies. Today I'm going to be talking about a question I get all the time from new parents, which is how to train my dog to act in the presence of toddlers and babies. Before we go over rules for safety, I want to say that you should always hire a professional dog trainer to come in if you're experiencing any sort of aggression towards your toddler from your dog. So we're going to go over some safety tips for your dog and for your little one. First things first, safety is our top priority when a dog and a child is going to be interacting in the same household. Our number one tip, and arguably our most important tip, is to never leave your dog and toddler unattended. A simple trip and fall over dog can result in a bite, which can leave your toddler scarred and with a fear of dogs for the rest of their lives. On top of that, your dog will have a permanent fear of toddlers, and it's much easier to train a toddler to not hurt a dog than it is to train a dog to no longer be afraid of toddlers. Our second tip is to grab a stuffed animal before you touch the real thing. Teach your little one, using a stuffed animal, to pet from head to tail. Head to tail. Good job, Ruby. Our next safety tip is to always ask your little one to ask an owner before petting a dog.
Can I pet your dog, please?
And I say, yes, you can. All right, just like that. Good job. Our next tip is to tell your toddler to
Never put their face next to a dog's face.
Our next tip is to let your dog decompress in areas where your toddler is not. You can use baby gates or you can use bedroom doors to create a safe space for your dog to decompress. Our next tip is to always keep a separate toy box for your dog, full of just their things. Encourage your children to not put any of their toys in this box. Another incredibly important tip is to never use fear or pain to train your dog. If you do so, you will legitimize that communication methodology and they will definitely use it on your children. Our last tip is to teach your toddler firm boundaries, such as don't pull the dog's tail, don't pull the dog's ears, don't ride the dog like a horse. You can even use the stuffed animal with him. Okay, Ruby, so we don't want to pull the dog's ears, and we don't want to pull on the dog's tail, and we don't want to ride the dog like a horse.
You don't need to pet the tail?
Yeah, you don't want to pull the tail. That's not a good thing. You want to pet them just like this, and you can scratch their necks, like this. Good job. Nicely done. If you see something in your dog's face that you recognize, always take the opportunity to point it out to your toddler. As a dog owner, it's really important to know what your dog is thinking based on their facial expressions and other phenotypic reactions, but it's also important to teach your children. I have a little printout from the internet that you can get just by searching dog behaviors. On this printout are a whole bunch of different dogs' behaviors exhibited by a single dog, and each picture is a little bit different, and we're going to ask Ruby what she thinks each dog is doing. Do you think this dog is happy or scared?
Scared.
Yeah. Do you think this dog is happy or angry?
Angry.
Yeah. Do you think this dog is happy or sad?
Sad.
Good job. What about that one? What is he saying?
I don't know. He farted.
Whenever your dog and toddler are interacting, you always want to look out for behavioral cues. We have 3 groups of behavioral cues that we look out for. The first group is if your dog is afraid. Some of those cues include yawning, raising the hackles, showing signs of evasiveness, wide eyes, or even a lip quiver. Our next category is when your dog is truly afraid and about to act, as in do something aggressive. Cues include lip quivering, showing teeth, growling, and snapping in the air, making an audible noise. The third group of behaviors, although not as serious, are very important when interacting with a toddler. You do not want your dog to dominate your toddler. Behavior cues look like your dog running into your toddler unintentionally or stealing your toddler's possessions. Some of the other cues include licking the face, which is actually an incredibly dominant move from your dog, Before our dog and toddlers interact, we always want to make sure that our dog has mastered their basic training. Basic training to us means a couple of different commands, but we always use positive reinforcement 100% of the time and American Sign Language in conjunction with vocalization so that our dog totally understands what we're asking for. Right now, I have Bo in a stay, and I'm using the sign wait to keep him in that stay. We're gonna run through a couple of our basics just to show you what we mean when we say basic training. All right, ready? Bed, bed, good, good. Down, good. Stay, stay, stay. Come, good. Sit, good. Down, good. Over, good boy. Under, sit, good boy. Nicely done. One more. Ready? Back this way. Sit, good boy. Heel, sit. Nice. Good. That's great. One of the best combinations you have of the basic training skill set is bed, down, and then stay. Ready, Bobo? Bed, down, stay, stay. We combine this skill with a basic kitchen timer. So when we set this timer to whatever given time, Bobo has to stay in bed until the timer rings. I'll set the timer just to 1 minute so that you can see how it works. When the timer rings, Bobo can get up from his stay. And you can also challenge them by adding food adjacent to the stay, and they're not allowed to access until the end of the stay.